I'm live and alive. Hotheads official hat. Tim Myers sent me. I told him. Hopefully he gets his butt over here. I tried to do the thumbnail better for doing live. I don't know. It gives you 2 seconds. Second you start trying to focus, boom, it's clicked. You guys can give me suggestions. Can't do it ahead of. Can't do it really in advance. Breakfast. Just nothing fancy here. We'll do some pepper talk and talk. Hotheads, revolutionary. Today's show is sponsored by Tim Myers, hotheadsofficial.com. It's delicious, rebellious, and beautiful. It's just slogan. So this one I've had many times. Ingredients: fire roasted bell peppers, apple cider vinegar, sweet onion, Trinidad scorpions, bell peppers, tomato paste, garlic, olive oil, sugar, blue agave. It has a nice fresh smell. So I'm just going to go ahead and go on these. I'm not going to really wait around. Oh, I should share this. I'll go ahead and share it. You know what? I was thinking there is a way I could do the thumbnails. I could, you end up doing the hype or whatever it's called. I'm just spur of the moment here. I don't have an editor. It's all live. But you share it and say, hey, I'm going to be live at a certain amount of time. You can put your thumbnail there. And then when you go live, your thumbnail will transfer over. Otherwise, it's kind of like, ooh, I got to do this. And then it's one big blur every time. So there is that. And people can watch from the beginning. All right, what was I going to do? Hello, Terry. Go ahead and share this. I'm not going live too long this morning. I'm putting this in my new. And there, I shared it. 2 people are here. Good morning, everybody. I'm hungry. I'm going to start. You can talk amongst yourselves. I try to think of topics right off my head, regardless, positive, negative, whatever they are. They're topics. I thought of some topics this morning, so we'll get into that. What's important right now is not shaking the table as I cut these breakfast burritos. And they're starting to go cold. So I'm actually going to, this is pretty hot. I've had this many times. I recommend it. So I'm going to use it as a dipping instead of pour it and drench it. It has a nice bite, so trust me, I'm going to burn. I might even sweat today. Great flavor. Boom. That sting. It's got a lot of heat. Note to self, I should pre-cut these if I'm going to be shaking the table. So I'm going to take a couple bites, get a little food in me. All my seed orders have been shipped already, so that's a positive. All right, so the best things I could talk about is basically my days and everybody else's. So, guys coming in. Hotheads, Revolutionary Tim Myers Company. You can also get the hat. Today's show is sponsored by Tim Myers. Breakfast burritos, really great flavor. I try to stay away from numbers, but it looks like I'm just going to go. I'm not giving heat numbers like, like somebody like Johnny Scoville, good guy. I've known him for years. And he will do a review and something would be mind-blowing down on the floor yakking, and Johnny's like, it's a 1. It's a 1. So I don't even do that. Everybody's heat tolerance is different. Mine's not as high as Johnny's. Mine's not super high. It will get much higher the more I do these videos and the more spicy stuff I eat. Out of flavor, 1 out of 10. I mean, 10's hard to get. Okay? I'm giving this a solid 9. So that means I would recommend it. And it's good on everything. And I'm going to end up burning because this is really hot. Not as hot as Troy Prim or Swampadelic. But it's up there. I'm burning. So how's everybody doing? All right. I grow my own. Micah says, I grow my own pods and plants for sale. So does Pickles. It's crazy that some people don't. I hate scammers. Explanation mark. Johnny's a man among reviewers. Yeah, I guess it's something we could talk about. I want to talk about 2 aspects. And people might actually be surprised what I have to say. The first thing I'm going to say is something positive, regardless of negative. Regardless. If you see something on your news feed you don't like, you don't have to say something. If it is something misleading or wrong, report it to your administrators. Don't report it to Facebook, report it to your administrators. Therefore, you're giving respect for that group. Now, there's nothing that really triggered me to even say any of that. It's just a general statement. Just a general statement. Anthony P says, hey, Jim, break time in Florida. Yeah, this is my break time, too. I got my orders out. I bought a new fish. Sorry about the shaking table. I'm going to put a little sour cream on here. So, let's go back in the comments. I'll get more into what I was going to say. Charles Stone, Chuck Stone, how you doing? Okay, good morning, Jimmy. Been a minute, overwhelmed by my grow this year. Thanks, laugh out loud. Up over 100 so far. Hope you're crushing it this year. Yes, I'm crushing it. Plenty of plants around me. I'm starting up a new grow room this morning already. That's something else I'm working on. Small grow room. Then I'll do another small grow room and do some more racks and stuff like that. Yeah, I noticed. Wait. I'm trying to think. I get confused. There's 2 Stones that I know. Chuck Stone, which is you, and another Stone. Forgive me, because he just messaged me. The other Stone wasn't Sharon Stone, which I went to the same college as her, by the way. Little tidbit. Different time zone. Anyway, Chuck Stone, let me know. I think you're not active on... Yeah, I'll answer all this soon. Yeah, I don't think you're active on Facebook. I think you disabled your account. Oh, thank you, Micah. Yes. Bought a new fish? Yes. It is a pink orchid beta fish. You can see it on my Facebook. I am eating. So it's harder to bust through all the talk I do when I'm eating. So those who know me in real life, who have dined with me, like me eating. Keeps me quiet. Put some more hot sauce on this piece. Yeah, let's put it right out of the bottle onto it. Yeah, I'll get into some of this stuff. Not too much, though, because I try to keep positive. But like I said, there's nothing, they're just general statements. General statements, it's almost a guide on how to behave. That's coming from me. That's weird. All right. Oh, Facebook canceled Chuck Stone. I always liked you, kid. Not to call you kid. But yeah, I always liked you. I always liked talking to you. We spoke a decent amount. Too much politics. Oh, yeah. Way too much politics. You know, it's a horrible thing to say. I don't unfriend, but I unfollow certain people. It's just constant arguing and stuff with politics and the vaccine and presidential stuff. Okay. Let's see. And another comment. All right. The Mighty Mustache, how you doing? So, also, this is a great place for general grow questions. A lot of times, I'm going to avoid them. My job is to make sure everybody's seeds germinate. I give instructions. I have an instructional video. That's another thing that's been on my mind is my instructional video. It's old. It's not outdated, but it's old. And I'll tell you why I don't like it. Because it's not horizontal, it's vertical. It takes a lot away. People ask me, I shared, and then they're like, you know, you probably should end up doing that horizontal. I'm like, that was like from 3 years ago. I didn't know better. So I might end up redoing one, something basic. I'm still enjoying all of this. I'm dosing it with a lot of hot sauce. Hot Heads. Revolutionary. Great flavor. All right. Maybe I'll take a moment, break from eating. All right. So, this is almost like the Jimmy Pickles reality show. Something that goes through my mind every single day is I scroll and I see things that I don't like. And that's okay. That's okay. I could get into some of the stuff. Well, you know, what the heck? I'll bring in something I don't like. And sometimes I will comment, and what ends up happening is it creates tension and frustration, although you could be helping somebody in a positive way. This is a video I should do. Micah did one on this. Here. We could play that Sesame Street game. Near and far. I don't want to get dirt into my food. Double cup. That's one thing that gets on my nerves. This is not double cup. There's 2 cups, but you need to have a space. You need to have 2 separate size cups is what you're supposed to do. I mean, nobody's getting it. They're like, well, I'll put a little divider in there. And a lot of times the roots are wrapped around the divider. You got to pull it. Roots are going to start breaking. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, I see things on my news feed. I see people renaming peppers. I see plant scammers saying, oh, my plants are 12 inches tall. And then I see their customers receiving it and they're 3 inches tall and half dead. You know, I have food in my mouth, so I can't address it. So I'm off the hook. Solutions. The problem, the solution. If you don't like something, don't engage. Engaging boosts up the posts and makes those people more famous and they get more sales. Report it to your friendly administrator. If you can prove within a shadow of doubt somebody is scamming or renaming something beyond a shadow of doubt, when the administrator does nothing, there's not too much you can do. Then report it to Facebook. But engaging just brings drama. So that's my advice. I get trolled every day. Did I get trolled today? Yes. It was a funny troll. I blocked the guy instantly. I didn't engage. I didn't blast him. I just let go. It doesn't even bother me most of the time. I showed a picture of yellow Scotch brains, and the guy's like, that doesn't exist. It looks plastic, all this stuff. And the guy was from a third world country who was doing this. I looked at his profile. Oh, man. If I didn't run a company and I drank too much coffee, well, folks, I could have had a lot of fun with that. These peppers are real. They're proven to be real. And I'm saying, you're saying yellow Scotch brain doesn't exist? I could say, hey, at least, it's crazy. I didn't engage. I'm cool. My day's better. You move on. So I noticed a post yesterday on Facebook. I know the person. He's on my news feed. He's a good person. I think he's a good person. But I see something. I do. I'm done. I'm eating. Done eating. I see what he's going through because I go through it. A million people blowing him up on Messenger. He's a seller. He seems like he's a new guy. And he seems like a nice guy. And he's not taking the stress well. Running a company on Facebook and Google and everything else, you're going to get a lot of messages. It's the way it is. People need assistance. People need to hold your hands and all that stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. I feel bad for the guy making the post. I'm like, man, that guy's complaining about one or two people. I got like 100 people a day. I'm not joking. So, it's not a difficult subject here. My advice is take things in stride. It's the best thing. Take one sip of your coffee cup at a time. One sip at a time. Well, this is a strong coffee. I didn't put much milk in it. Ta-da! So that's one thing that was on my mind. Take things on stride. Times are tough for everybody. Keep that in mind. We don't understand. A friend of mine mentioned something. I'm not going to get too much into that subject, but, it was like friends of mine were getting divorced, and it was almost like, how are the friends going to be divided and all this stuff? And I'm like, going to be friends with both. The freak you guys are talking about. I was friends with both. I'll be friends with both. So the whole point of this stupid little story I just said was, you don't understand where people are always coming from. It's hard to connect with people on the internet, so this is a little bit better way for me to connect with people. Be patient with others. Be respectful. If you don't like a post or whatever, it's better to report it to an administrator and get to the point. Take my advice. I'm the most long-winded person ever. And that's been an issue with me for myself, as being long-winded. Which is perfect for YouTube. Long-windedness is perfect for here. Everywhere else, not really. But yeah. Oh, and something random. Today is April Fool's. So there's a lot of people putting fake posts out there. This channel can actually get me into trouble. But I noticed someone making an April Fool's joke. I laughed at it and stuff like that. It was kind of neat. It was kind of cool. And then people took it seriously. I'm like, wow. Funny thing is the guy's like, ha ha ha. I can't believe you guys believe this. It's not a real pepper. Here's the real pepper. And this is what it's called. I'm like, I didn't like that, but I kept my mouth shut. Ooh, I got 15% left on mine. So it was like, it's April 1st. Now, some days it's April Fool's Day every day. So, yeah. That's right, Micah. This is actually my point. So the new stuff, this guy, actually, it's not even new stuff. This guy, I'm telling you, I'm not mentioning names. There's a pepper out there. I'm not even saying the species. And it's been around for 50 years. He took it. He renamed it. And then for April Fool's, he renamed it again. So, I mean, there's 4 or 5 people out there doing it as a joke, and that's okay. But, yes. So that being that said, and that guy's been thrown out of a lot of groups for doing stuff like that. I grew one of his types, and honestly, it was one of his types. I grew it last year. People asked me for seeds, and I refused to sell them because I didn't believe in it. If I don't believe in something, I'm not going to sell it. Believe it or not, I do have morals. Believe it or not. Just don't ask me in my 20s, early 20s, around 92 from 95. Don't ask that, Jim. But, hey, yo. Yeah, if I don't believe in something, I'm not going to release it. I grew 236 types last year, and I only released like 190. I adventure. I buy some seeds from others, and if I don't think it grew true, or I don't believe the person saying the cross is what it is, I don't go online and bash that person. I just don't buy again. So there's that aspect. Anyway, I didn't want to make this too long. Yeah. Oh, and there was another person making an April Fool's joke. Oh, it was pure joke. So there was like 3 people. There's no problem. There's one person. Yeah, kind of a problem. Renaming. I could tell you about that on Messenger if you want, but I'm sure you figured that one out pretty quick. It is what it is. Anyway, I just wanted to have a quick breakfast. My orders have been shipped. I'm sure I'll get some more. Take care, Anthony. You've been watching my show every day. Thank you very much. Share this, by the way. Yeah, hey, and by the way, thank you very much for coming, Chuck Stone and Micah and everybody. It was nice seeing you, Chuck. I haven't seen you forever. Although I think you've left already. Oh, okay. Why do Chuck says, and I think he left already, but why do all my plants want to make pods all of a sudden? Can't keep up with the pinching of them. A lot of times, there's several reasons. I wish you were here so I could actually address it and go step by step to figure out why that's happening. If you have a plant and the roots are completely formed, you're getting root ball. It requires more water, and it starts going into survival mode, and you'll start getting flowers. So if your container's completely filled with roots, that's the reason. Also, another reason could be if you're using nutrients or your soil has a lot of phosphorus and potassium, that could be the reason as well. So I'm going to conclude this low battery. I'm expecting a couple phone calls I need to handle today. Oh, Chuck Stone is here. Thanks, brother. And all right. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to conclude. Share this, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell for notifications. Boom, I'm done.